Lifers, the boys are back. Episode 76. How y'all doing out there?
Every time you say the boys are back, I hear that song. The boys are back in town. Never heard
What
that song.
song is that?
Damn, son.
It's like a 1980s song that would be in a movie. Song that would be in a movie.
I think it's a 70s song. The boys are back in town.
Yeah, it sounds like a movie that Sylvester Stallone would be in, and riding a motorcycle, and that song is playing in the background. Or some
I've
shit.
never seen Sylvester Stallone on a motorcycle except for Rocky.
Cobra.
Maybe I don't remember.
And I think the specialist or professional, the movie where everything explodes and stuff. Yeah, the specialist. Yeah.
Judge Dredd too. He's on a motorcycle. So.
Yeah. Well, everyone is riding futuristic. Yo, watching that movie, I remember thinking, imagine if the world is really gonna be like that in the future.
Like what?
Like a lot of the stuff that's in Judge Dredd, you said?
Judge Dredd, yeah.
Yeah, Judge Dredd. We're not yet with the cars floating like the Jetsons, but a lot of things that we saw in Judge, like they had tactical screens and shit like that. Like touch screens.
Things way before that.
Yeah, I
that
know.
were on
I
TV
know.
and movies were exist now.
I know, but it's
like
still
the iPod, iPhone. We're on Star Trek. No, not Star Trek. Star Trek, Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Star Trek.
I never watched it, but Star Trek would seem logical. They're futuristic.
Yeah. No, not Star Trek or Star Wars. What's the other one? With shit, what's his name?
The Jetsons?
With the Canadian actor. And he's the captain.
Yeah, Star Trek.
That's not Star Trek.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yeah, Captain Kirk.
Yeah, yo, you know what? I had the newer one and like the Next Generation stuck in my head. I used to watch the Next Generation.
I don't even watch this stuff, and I know that's Star Trek.
Yeah, I was like what? Why is that stuck
Captain
in my head?
Kirk is definitely Star Trek.
Yeah.
Come on, man. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, spring seems like it's taking its time to show up around here.
Nigga, really? We really gonna have a discussion about the weather?
It's because what? Well, no, we're not yet the end of April. We're early April. We're 2 weeks into spring, and it's still freaking cold out there,
bro.
I know
It was snowing in May last year. Last year, 2 years ago, it was snowing in May. So
I don't remember that.
It was my grandmother's funeral, and it was snowing. It was in May.
Wow.
But
this
ain't surprising, nigga. We can't complain about the weather. I mean, we can complain, but we can't be surprised about the weather.
Well, everything is messed up with the weather right now. I mean, like what was it? Global warming is really messing up the weather. Like I said, 2 years ago, I went when I went to Maryland. People were in shorts there, but I know people here. Like there was no snow, and it was still at least I think it was like 7 degrees.
Here?
The day of Christmas 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes that it's warm on Christmas.
I've only seen 2 Christmases with no snow in
2?
my life. Yeah, Montreal.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible. If
All right.
No, impossible.
2 Christmases with no snow.
You remember 2. There hasn't been only 2 Christmases with no snow in the last 30 plus years. Impossible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nah, bro.
But outside, like
your
I'm
Haiti
saying
years are probably a few.
I'm saying that because today was the first day of daycare for my daughter, and first full day because she went last week like a half day. First full day we dropped her, and it was cold outside. It was pretty cold. I'm also glad to see that she went through the whole full day, and they said like she had a great time. Actually, Freddie, because last week you were saying I think she's gonna have a tough time, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not at all. Everything was great. The lady said, actually,
niggas acting like I'm against his daughter.
The lady said, like, if everyone could have a first day like this, it would be my job would be that much easier because it was from what I gather, she had a wonderful day, and yesterday was her first swimming class. Did your kids take swimming classes yet?
My daughter did, but a lot older.
How old was she when she did it?
Maybe 4 or 5.
And how early do you think your child should take
as
swimming
early
classes?
as possible?
You have a child, Dave. How early do you think your child should take a swimming class?
As early as possible, man. Like right now, she did her earrings like 2 months ago, like for 3 months.
Yeah.
Chlorine?
The chlorine and all that.
Once that's done,
Throw it in the water.
3 weeks ago, my girl called me about my niece was about to take swimming classes, and she said, "Oh, let's go and register her in the West Island." And she told me the price. I was like, "Yo, them West Island prices. Let me call other places to verify." I did that. It was half price. I don't even want to know about the North Side. North Side probably like $25 to take a swimming class, but in our neighborhood, it was like half price from what she told me. So we did that. I still thought it was early. Like I didn't fight it.
Why?
Though. Like it's 10 months. I think it's a
By
bit
the way,
early.
it's late. 10 months is late, by the way.
I think it's a bit early for swimming classes.
But
Like
why,
2-3 years old. Like for the child to at least know what the child is doing. Right now, she obviously in the bath.
But
like,
you realize why they do it so early, right?
yeah, so the child is used to water. I
No,
guess.
so it becomes an instinct.
Well, with the bath,
That's what?
no, it's not. It's not an instinct. But I
It's
remember.
just water. It's just touching water. But having the early, like, I think the earliest you can do is maybe 2 or 3 months. If it's not even earlier than that.
Maybe I think where we're doing it. I think the youngest is 4 months. I think.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
It might be 3-4 months. Yo, honestly, I regret not doing it earlier with them because the earlier they're in there, the lighter they are. I mean, in the water, the more comfortable they are in the water.
From day one, her first bath was never an issue. Like she never cried. It was never no tears, no nothing. And then because of that, I figured, wow, the pool is gonna be great. So we went to the pool. Like she's cool with water, and the pool was heated, which is cool. It's probably was it my first heated pool? First time I went into a heated pool, maybe. But anyway, we went into the water. She's not scared of the water, but when it was time to float or to go underwater, she was not feeling it at all. That
makes sense.
She wasn't down with. So like for the rest of the class is only 30 minutes. For the rest of the class, she was crying. And anytime like I was putting her down to float, whether it was on the little foam thing or even if I'm holding her and her head is close enough to the water, nah, she's not having it. So, and the funny thing is we were the only like black parent-child duo. And she's like the only one crying or the loudest cries. So, we stood out like it was funny, but
So
that's
the
the first class. But next week, hopefully it's going to be better next week because we still
So
got.
y'all feel the stereotypes that black people don't jump in water.
No, because I know how to swim.
No, I'm
but
joking because she was crying.
No, I know.
By the way,
it looked that funny. But one white man was like, he's like, well, she's the only smart child here. She's the only one that's aware of danger. You know what I mean? But it was cool. Hopefully next week is gonna be better.
By the way, okay.
Hopefully next week is gonna be better. Outside of that, man, because I spent a lot of time, with my daughter. This past week, I fell on the David Letterman show. Well, not David. Sorry, the new show he has on Netflix where he's interviewing people. You guys checked it out?
I've never watched it. I saw it, but I've never watched it. By the way, our guest is here. He's somewhere
great.
here.
So you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, you guys started already?
Yeah, we started already.
Sorry.
We got a guest today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Maky Lavender. Make
What
music.
up?
Welcome to the FML Podcast,
Hey,
man.
thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
He told me I'm gonna be on your show. You didn't even ask.
Yeah, it was kind of let me come through. I was like, I like talking. So that
Yeah,
works.
I noticed.
That's great.
I started following you on Twitter maybe like a few months ago. And
Well, we met last
Interesting
month
cat.
at the Fire Center.
Yeah.
We met at the event that we actually brought up on the podcast because we were like, the event had mad potential, but the music was so whack that it was whack.
Yeah, it was weird because even the performance, it was kind of like people didn't want to have a performance because we're out there on the stage like rapping, tell people hands up. Nobody puts their hands up. They're like, we're not doing
Time
that.
out. Tell people what you do actually, because you just
Yeah, I rap, I make beats. I just put out an app today, so I'm also an app developer. Well, not today, but this week.
Okay.
So
The game, right?
yeah.
What kind of game is it?
It's a survival game, but when you get to the top, like when you get to like a high score, like this 420,000,
Yeah.
you get the song. But it's,
Oh,
with no,
Smart.
but see, I think we kind of fucked up because like, nobody gets that score because it's hard. So everybody's
you can switch it up.
Yeah, but at the same time, people are promoting the app, so it works both ways. You know?
Oh shit! So now you can't. Now that it's out, you can't bring it back
Yeah,
because then people have to re-download it.
like I can, but we could just do it like an update of it, and it's gonna just change on people's phone because everybody got like the automatic update. So we'll be fine. It's just that it's hard, so nobody got to the actual song to get the song yet.
So what's the name of the app again?
Pull up in the cloud. Pull up in the cloud, Maky. But it's Maky Jump. You write MAKY Jump, and you'll find it.
And how long did it take you to get the app running from the moment they had the idea?
A month.
Wow.
I don't know how we did that. It's just not sleeping.
So lifers, if ever, I'm sure a lot of you guys had ideas for an app, and you guys probably think like it's super complicated and it takes a lot of money to do. You said a month.
Yeah.
Was it template shit, or you guys got put it all together?
No, we did together because I have a guy that did some designs for me before, just for like my clothes and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I just took some of it and I edited parts of it because I know how to use Photoshop. So I edited parts of it, made like a theme of it, made the sizing and all that stuff. And my friend knows how to do like coding, so he did all the coding, and he had the skeleton of the app, and he added my pictures and my images and all this.
And how much money did you have to throw into that app?
Not that much, because it's just both of us making it. I like working with people that are at the same level as me, so they don't see me as a client. They see us more as like we're doing something together. Well, that's what I hate, especially with art. People always think they're doing a favor for you. It's like nobody would see your art if I didn't try to actually be the part. Because like a lot of artists that do art are not a part of the going out and just, putting
They
yourself
don't
out
socialize.
there. Yeah, they're just artists. But like then you work with someone that goes out there and does that for you, but you still treat it as a client. This is weird. So.
Wow. And would you say you put more than $1,000 in the app?
Oh, not at all, man. We put like 150 maybe. But like, if you talk about the traveling, it's kind of, that was
What's the name of this shit? Let me download this joint right now.
Oh, you got an Android. My bad, man. You're not there yet.
Hey,
you know how often that
$150. That's what they get you. No, I'm kidding. But I mean,
because look, it was an extra 30
I get
to
on my iPad.
Exactly,
Yeah, iPad or iPad.
Yeah. So see, that's the phone that you use. It's like disconnected from the real world, and your
Nah,
iPad and your.
Nah,
So
bro.
that's why you have it to be connected.
Actually, no, the
forever.
iPad's my daughter's, so I don't.
Oh, okay. Damn. Because the thing is, it was like what's $30 or $60 more to do it for Android, and I was like, let's
So that's
finish.
like you said, fuck half the world and just put it on iPhone.
We'll put it at one
Actually,
point.
not even after, like 70% of the world.
Look, we're gonna do it.
At
It's
this
just I wasn't in
point,
a
yeah.
rush to do it.
Yeah.
It's kind of we'll do it. See, I'm going to Ottawa this weekend. We'll get it done. Just for you, we'll get it done.
What I like about Mac is you do a lot of different shit.
Yeah.
And like you see, it seems like you're not scared to try different shit either.
Yeah,
Just
not at
do it
all.
yourself and go at it.
Yeah, just Google, try it. Yeah, and the worst it could do is not work, and I'll be like, God damn. But I'm used to failing at things. I'm bad at school.
what would you say is your biggest failure in something that, an
Life.
endeavor that you got into?
Damn, that's
Life.
crazy. I think, man, this party I tried to do. I tried to do a party.
You
a
tried to
promotional
throw a party? Okay.
Yeah, man, nobody came to that shit. It hurt my feelings. And then people would see me after, yo, how was your party? You fuck you. But yeah, that was the biggest one, man. I put a lot of money into that shit.
How old
It
are
was in
you?
the West?
I'm
Because you're from the West
22.
Island.
22. All right. For 22, if I was throwing, was it downtown at a club downtown
It
or
was,
something?
It was not a club. I rented this room, and
Wow.
I got like, it was not a really party. It's kind of like a chilling thing, we selling shirts, selling stuff. We had like a video game on the wall, music playing. It's kind of a vibe, so I thought people would come to, but they didn't.
Where'd you fuck up though?
I think it's just because it was early when I started. I was making music and all that stuff, so not that many people knew me, and it's just I don't know, but I didn't really make sure they cared before I did it.
And now you think if you threw it, it would.
I never know, man. I don't know, because maybe I don't know.
And I started following you on Twitter. Is Twitter your
Favorite
favorite
social
one?
media?
Social media?
No, it's probably Instagram. Yeah, but Twitter is fun. I like Twitter.
I noticed this nigga says some wild ass shit, and I say wild shit like this shit I wouldn't even say myself, bro.
But see, it's things of life. I feel I kind of treat Twitter like a conversation with my niggas. Like it's kind of with my boys. It's like, and I say the stuff that we're saying anyways, and I just tweet it. But I don't know. I've been saying shit like that on Twitter forever, but recently people come to me, yo, what's up with your Twitter, bro? And I'm like, what do you mean?
I need to get on Twitter. Actually, do I need to get on Twitter to see his posts? No, I don't, right?
You don't.
I don't.
There's probably, I feel like there's people that don't even have Twitter. They just go on my shit to be like, what the hell's wrong?
I
with
don't
this
have Twitter. Do you post them on Instagram afterwards?
Sometimes.
When it's the wildest shit, probably.
I post the funniest shit on Instagram, the bad ones,
It's dope to have like we're in our 30s and you're like early 20s. So it's cool like with the subjects we're gonna go through to have your opinion on a lot of shit, because a lot of old motherfuckers like think they're the end all be all of things, but there's like a whole other generation after that thinks you ain't shit. So it's gonna be funny to see.
Well, actually, right before you stepped in, we were talking about the Jay-Z episode on the David Letterman show that he has on Netflix called "My Next Guest Needs No Introduction."
Let me ask something.
That's what
y'all niggas give a fuck about those interviews?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, I do. I like interviews.
I do.
I mean like his niggas.
Yeah, that's one of the questions I would have had for him, actually, because his first guest was actually Obama, which I think a lot of people are interested whenever Obama spends an hour speaking in an interview.
That's funny. I saw it a million times. I never clicked play. I don't know why.
Well, you know what? I take that back, because 10, 15 years ago, I wouldn't give a damn. But now that I'm a bit more grown, now I care. Second guest was George Clooney. That I didn't watch. I didn't watch that one. And then the third one was Jay-Z this past week. Did you watch that interview?
No, but I watched clips of it.
Okay. And did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
And what did you think about the interview?
Yo, honestly, when someone outside of hip hop interviews Jay, I usually don't give a fuck, because they're gonna ask questions like that I really don't give a fuck about. And whereas the interview with, for example, Rap Radar, I don't know if you saw that one or saw clips or whatever, they had like real hip hop questions that you would want to know.
It's funny that you're saying that, because I thought just about the same exact thing. I thought it was a good.
Yeah, it was good.
I thought it was a good interview. It was PC as I expected it to be, and it's okay as well. I don't mind that. It's David Letterman. I didn't expect anything crazy going on, but it kind of made me feel like, remember last year, because you brought Rap Radar and actually thought about that. Remember last year when you did the interview with Rap Radar and you were like, yo, it's just like the biggest. And I was like, it's in a podcast format. Like, it's a good interview, but I don't think it's big in the grand scheme of things. I was saying that last year. While I was watching this one with David Letterman, I thought, this is actually big, but it's not as interesting as the Rap Radar interview.
You're racist.
No, not at all.
You are.
No, not at all.
You want me to tell you why?
Right away. Here
Why?
we go.
You want me to tell you why?
Why?
Because you made it bigger because it was David Letterman.
No, David Letterman, Netflix, everything, that's just a bigger platform than what the Rap Radar interview was on. And I'm going to tell you the other thing I was thinking.
Go ahead.
Because I was thinking, like, this interview would be so much more interesting and would have so much more, like, if you want traction or legs, if it was done by like if instead of David Letterman, they had given, or not instead, but as well as David Letterman, they had given someone like a Sway or an Angie Martinez the opportunity to interview like 6 to 10 people like that, super famous people. You would get more out of the interview. A lot of times, David Letterman was speaking to Jay-Z, and you could see Jay-Z like, you expecting me to answer this question, bro? He would take an extra like 3-4 seconds, like, because he didn't want to answer that question, or just he was just waiting. While I feel like Angie Martinez would have gotten those answers out of Jay-Z like a bit more naturally.
Yeah.
And I also feel like more people, well, obviously it would definitely catch, because the first question you ask him is, did y'all niggas even care about that, right?
Yeah.
He would definitely be more interested. And I also think because they would go a bit more in depth, someone like 35, 40, or 50 years old would be more interested.
The reason why I asked you that is not because who was interviewing, is because a lot of 22-year-olds don't give a fuck about Jay.
Yeah, that's very true.
See, like,
But I'm not saying that's your case, though.
I wouldn't necessarily watch a Jay-Z interview. Though. Like, I watched one of them when he was talking about like in depth, like basically cheating, because that was the title of it.
Yeah, the black and white one.
Yeah,
that was the Rap Radar one.
Oh, I didn't. Apart from
they
that,
addressed it in that one too.
Jay-Z, because I don't get why Jay-Z is the guy.
Yo, this
Great.
is amazing.
I don't get it.
This
like,
is great. You're 22 years old.
I remember the Black Album. It was fire. Yes, I remember. Like,
Oh man,
I remember some of this stuff.
So who would be your Jay right now?
Right now,
Yeah, maybe not right now, but like from
the guy from when I remember being
like,
the guy.
The guy,
It
like
was Lil Wayne.
I knew you were.
It was Lil Wayne.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think Wayne is better than Jay, or a better career than Jay, or better whatever?
You know what? Like, I know I shouldn't say that, but
No, you can say it.
Yes, I really do.
Okay.
Do you think where
Let
is
me
he
finish.
better? Where is he better?
Let me finish. How long was Wayne's hotness?
No, but I think it's not because of how long he was doing it. He was doing it amazingly at a level we'd never seen before. Like ever.
Fair.
But now, like, I know obviously it's Drake that's killing it. We all know.
Yeah, now right?
But-
No, yeah. What I meant
But
is
my guy, you know, that I'm like, yo, I was obsessed. Was like Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne turned that like rap like super fun, and it looked fun, and it seemed like obtainable. While
Okay.
Jay-Z rapped
Those
about it,
5-6 years were fun as fuck for real.
Yeah.
Every time Wayne dropped something, everyone was like fiending to get that
but
shit.
ask these niggas, and you might say it. I'm lying. I always said this shit ain't gonna last, and it did not last.
It didn't last. It
This,
didn't last because he
I
was
always
too hot.
said this shit will not last.
He was too hot.
And
He
not
had,
only
like,
that, I
1,000
always
songs.
thought Wayne, not to cut you off, I always thought Wayne didn't have enough substance to last. You know what I mean?
But it's not only that. He was so like when you're too hot so fast, like biggest thing in the world. And also the thing that messes up a lot of rappers is that they have like an image or a stigma that goes with them. Like 50, he was the guy that was the gangster, got
Tough guy,
shot,
yeah.
yo, tough guy. Okay, woo. Like Jay-Z, oh, the king, you know, from New York now is a CEO, boss, image. Lil Wayne, oh, the kind of crazy guy with dreads, the tattoos. But Drake is just a plain old
Regular guy.
you know?
So
So
that,
there's
and that
nothing
can last forever.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we could continue with it, but like Lil Wayne had like he was kind of gangster talking. He was doing some dumbass stuff too, like saying, "I'm a gangster, Katie Couric." What are you talking about?
Yeah, to Katie Kirk. Like, what the hell are you telling the lady?
How
Like,
you blood? You've been on the road since you were like 8.
and you got just like Tekashi 6ix9ine. You got pictures with blue bandanas as well. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
just, at some point, Wayne just flipped, and he was a blood, and he was like after Dipset, like the one representing bloods the most in the game. Like, it's kind of crazy, but
You didn't have to, bro. Like I don't know why he was doing that.
he really didn't have to. And now Birdman took it over. Now Birdman is repping this shit like crazy.
So pretty much like to come back to the whole Jay and interview thing, like there's I mean, like I said, we're a completely different generation, like almost fucking 13, you're 22?
Yeah.
13 years, goddamn, I'm getting old. So like how do you see it when, like, for example, when a Tekashi interview comes through and like people are like, yo, this young guy is crazy and this new hip hop generation is this and that and the other. There's these mumble rappers are this, that, the other.
Yeah, but first of all, I like tip my hat off to him because it's a Montreality interview, one of them. So that's super cool. That is.
I didn't actually watch the Montreality interview.
It's super dumb. He's just in his bed. But it's good that they got that one. They got an interview of him being a clown. But also, I think this guy he's doing the 50 route, and also he's making like, you know, music that's kind of like candy. It's good now, but you're not gonna eat that for lunch. Like you're gonna get tired of it. You know.
That's real shit.
Can you compare him to 50 doing
No, I
this?
think you
the
mean like
approach, you
taking
know?
the gangster approach or whatnot.
But even then, 50, I felt like 50 was somewhat different.
How?
Well, one, we definitely knew that he came from it because he took the bullets to prove it.
Yeah.
But like 50 was on some gangster shit that you believed. I don't think anyone believes Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I think a lot of kids believe him.
A lot of kids are entertained by him. Like in 2003, when 50 was like at its peak, at his peak, I was convinced that nigga would die soon. I was like, they're gonna kill him for sure.
So what do you think about Tekashi? I think
Same thing.
I'm 3 times more convinced that he's gonna die.
Yeah, well,
He
the thing
dies.
is, people are actually gonna try him because if
Hey, look, Tekashi 6ix9ine dies, we're gonna be like, God damn. Oh well, and continue. Like
Saw that one coming.
Yeah, we're not gonna care about like Lil Peep. Lil Peep were like, oh man, this is a real problem. Like it's actually a serious shit. Like it's a real problem, like drugs and like anxiety and all these kids really struggling. But like Tekashi's an idiot. Like he dies, you're like, oh well, whoops.
he's an idiot that got on a major platform. His interview went viral, even though his interview was, I guess, to some people could be entertaining. To me, I was just watching it thinking, this guy he's stubborn and like borderline ridiculous. But
nobody tested my gangster.
yeah, I let my nuts hang
my
and all.
nuts hang.
Yeah, like yo, bro, you keep pushing it, they're gonna try you. It's just the nature of of it all, man. Humanity. Like you keep pushing and trying people, eventually they're gonna test you. But it's fun. Like, did you watch that Charlemagne? The Breakfast Club interview.
The Charlemagne interview. You're right. Yeah, it's actually hilarious.
Well,
Nobody tested my gangster. Yo, I dropped my address. Nobody. You tell me.
And you're doing the voice too. Like even the voice, you got the voice on point too. But like the David Letterman interview.
Yeah.
And I mentioned earlier, like if Netflix had given that platform to like an Angie or a Sway, I think they would be more inclined to give it to someone like Charlemagne. It's just that the creme de la creme of artists are not necessarily gonna want to be in the like out of their own will with Charlemagne like that. I don't think they would want to do it because they feel like he might come with some, I straightforward questions that they don't want to answer.
Yeah,
this is the thing. I think Charlemagne knows when to turn it on and off. And if they gave him a serious interview platform, it would be a serious interview.
Maybe, but I still think that those artists would, at least the first season, let's say, if there would be seasons of this, would be weary to go and check.
Yeah, I mean, you do what you got to do for the first season. You get who you can, and then the second season, when people see it's serious, which I think he actually should do, because that showed like a different like side of him instead of the guy that's always trolling and shit.
He'd be a perfect person, like, because a lot of Charlemagne is very, very popular, very well known at this time, and someone like him getting an opportunity like that could take his work to the next level. It would actually be good. Yeah. But earlier you mentioned Drake, and you said Drake is now the leader of the new school. Did you watch that new video or did you listen to the new song that just came out?
I watched it. This guy, he does some stuff. It's kind of like very methodically done.
It's so methodically done, bro.
That man is smart.
That man is a genius.
Oh, man. But he's doing it right because especially I find why it's working so good is because Migos is the other thing that's so big. And Migos is being ignorant, doing all that stuff, like saying the crazy shit about girls in songs. And then Drake comes out with a song respecting women, giving back at the level that he is now. All that doing bangers, being Canadian. Like he's not missing. Drake is not lost in so long, man. So
Drake, the last time Drake really lost was fucking
when he tried to hug her.
Man. And or that video that Kanye directed. What was it called?
Best I Ever Had.
Best I Ever Had was a terrible video.
I don't remember Best I Ever Had.
It was just like a pointless video.
Yeah, it's thick girls playing basketball.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a terrible. That's the last L I think I can remember. Or then did he smack him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we don't
know that though.
We're not sure.
We could have been there, bro. We could have been right there when it happened. We were in Miami when it happened in Miami, and the night before we actually discussed maybe going to that club. And we didn't go because we're lazy and tired. But yo, I can't wait to see if Charlemagne is gonna hate on this this song. Because he's like a low key Drake hater.
He's not a Drake hater.
Drake sent them bottles.
Yeah, I know, but
no, he does. He hates Drake when Drake does dumb shit,
like gangster stuff.
No, he not dumb shit. Was soft shit. That was his thing.
You can't hate on this. You just can't.
Yeah, but he hates on Drake when he does like G stuff. But
G stuff and soft stuff.
But I think you're at a certain level, you're a certain amount of money, certain amount of confidence. You feel like you're untouchable, and that's what Drake is kind of portraying in his music. That's it.
I think there's a few reasons why this song might be like the anthem for the summer, or at least the top of the summer.
You said might.
Oh, it will.
That's Drake dropping a song for women with a Lauryn Hill sample.
I know. First off, the song is fire.
Hold up. What's the beat again? It's is it a project? No.
Yeah, it's definitely a Cash Money Manny Fresh beat. Everybody gets a roll on.
Yeah, I think
that's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Can't lose with that, bro.
I'm so ready to see a bunch of beautiful girls in the summer dancing in sundresses.
Actually, do you even know what Everybody Get Your Roll On is? You probably don't.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
This is weird, bro. This is fucking weird.
But I listen to like a lot of I've been into music ever since I was born. Like, I know about Cash Money. I remember like the tours are like 7 guys on stage and stuff. I remember like
it's funny that we're saying this because I remember when I met you, we were listening to that song a lot and I don't even think it was new, but for some reason I remember I fuck these hoes after our show. Juvenile, man. Well, yeah, that's the beat. But yeah, first off, a few reasons why this song is gonna be the anthem for the summer. First off, the song is fire. 2, it's a fucking Lauryn Hill sample. That shit got me hooked in 2 seconds. From like first listen, it got me hooked from that sample. Another thing is he put the video out at the same time as the song. Yeah. That is key. Because like right away you're getting memes, you're getting like posts on social media, like people are interacting with the song, and obviously putting some fucking like legends in the video or older women in the video. That's also a plus because now you're getting like the 30 and the 40-year-olds.
What older women? Oh, like Tracy Ellis Ross.
Tracy Ellis Ross, Quincy Jones's daughter.
His selection of women was.
I was surprised that Nia Long was not in this one.
That was a smart selection of women. That was amazing.
I don't know why, but maybe it's at my age. Like I think at my age, because I'm 22, but I don't know. There's some kind of appreciation I have for like women that have like strong women around like mid 20s and
smart.
even 30.
You smart,
and that's why Drake is winning. Because you
smart.
Old women love Drake.
Yeah, exactly.
Older women love Drake.
But when you have an older woman that loves your music, oh my god,
winning,
you got
bro.
it. Like young moms.
You winning,
and
bro.
another thing, like you said before, like this is like the second straight video that was straight positive vibes. Like everything is positive, and like that's only a plus for him. And it brought me to think, like, who the fuck is messing with Drake right now in the rap game? Yeah. Nobody could talk to him right now.
Drake?
Nobody.
I would say
Cardi.
only
Cardi.
It's a very bold statement, but yes,
Cardi.
He's not
I don't
wrong.
know, bro.
What
I don't
do you
know.
don't know right now?
But-
You see this, and we're gonna get back to this. But this is one thing I want to. Y'all need to stop hating on Cardi because she's a stripper.
I'm not hating on
That's
her.
what's
and I'm not hating on her
That's
because
what's on
she's
the
a
back
stripper
of your
either.
mind right now, and nobody will admit
said
it.
that?
Nobody will admit it, but that's everybody. If it was a dude, a drug dealer dude that did the exact same path, everybody be okay with it. Because it's an ex stripper, it's on the back of everybody's mind, and nobody wants to.
To be honest with you, I'm not fucking with the records like that just yet. Me personally,
tripping.
But I wanted to say like it's really only Jay-Z and Kanye that could speak to Drake, and right now in 2018, not even them could really speak to that nigga. Because I'm saying that because obviously
Cardi.
Kanye right now is inactive. I'm ignoring your Cardi thing because
You
you're
can ignore it
tripping.
all you want.
You tripping, but Kanye is obviously inactive. But when it comes to Jay was never this big rapping. Never.
Jay?
He
No.
never reached these levels. Like fame rapping
Because
of rapping.
that's not his character.
Also, it was a different time. Like
It is a different time.
Rap was not. They didn't accept rap almost.
Yeah.
They didn't
treat
accept
as,
rap,
like,
and
real music.
rappers were not so.
Marketable.
No, it's not only that.
That's true.
Well, obviously that, but they wouldn't be. Rappers weren't so honest, and they weren't so vulnerable in their music.
So
So
that's true.
So that, people didn't relate as much. But with Drake, admitting like this girl dumped me or this girl treated me bad, and like every girl likes this shit. Like, or him telling a girl, leave that dude and come with me. That's the track that Charlamagne hates
Marvin's
him for.
Room?
Yeah, Marvin's Room.
That was pretty whack. That was pretty whack.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
At the same time, like sometimes you gotta be that guy. You need.
I'm not saying you gotta be. Some things are better left unsaid. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no! It's not the era for that, man. I think that's something that's missing a lot in some of the music I listen to, or some of the not that I listen to, but that's around. Like Migos, it's cool. It's like really like I like the music. It's fun, but what the hell is it about? These guys are only about the jewelry, which is not even that cool no more. Like unless maybe in the States, because in the States people
down
insult
south,
each
yeah,
other.
down south, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you're broke. Like that's an insult. You say that around here, you're broke to someone, they're gonna be like, look, I'm working towards something. That's not even an insult.
Look, I'm working.
Yeah, But
I always felt like that sentiment is like the poor man, or like this is somewhat of a slave mentality, because we never had shit, right? Or at least we were to believe that we would never have shit. So when we got something, or when we get something, then we like to show off on the neighbor and be like, I got it, you don't, so you worse than me, I'm better than you. It's like, it's stupid, but that's how, and especially down, you notice that down south is worse.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence because it was worse down south.
Just in the States being like, yo, who got more money? I got this kind of money. It's just sad to see. It's like not about that, but it's
a good thing because it's also a motivation to aspire to get more money. That's a good thing too.
but to get more money for yourself. It's not even to do something to show,
However you get it.
You know what it is? It comes from the street aspects of things.
That too.
Hip hop obviously is a street music, and now a lot more. It's reached a lot more like the suburbs and the rural areas or whatnot. And then kids cause for example, you're from the suburbs, right? You're from the West Island, right? That aspect of hip hop might not affect you or touch you or motivate you like it would like the more kids that live more in the city or in the hoods or whatnot. So maybe that's one aspect, but like the whole hip hop is gentrifying a lot. Meaning like you said, like that aspect of
Drake
hip-hop,
helped a lot of that.
That aspect of hip hop is kind of dying. But again, there's rappers like the Migos, like other Southern rappers, and even I'm not gonna say Southern. A lot of rappers from New York or whatnot do it, even from LA. But yeah, the whole showing off thing is kind of like
It's dying slowly.
I'm not gonna say dying. Yeah, very slowly, but it's dying.
It's slowly dying because
yeah.
watching the Drake video, I was watching it with my girl, and my kid was dancing every time watching the video. And I'm watching the video, and I'm telling her, this new generation is completely changing the landscape, at least visually, when it comes to videos. Because back in the 90s or early 2000s, it was like clubs, chicks in bikinis, cars, jewelry. That's it. Today, there's a bit more variety in videos. Like you see a lot more vulnerability, a lot more, just not as much boasting. People sometimes will do a video in a fucked up house just for imagery. Like imagery is more important than just stunting. I felt like in the 90s people were stunting.
You know who would have been very relevant today if he was still at it?
Talib Kweli?
Redman.
Yeah, because when they did the Cribs interview, it was in the messed up house.
Redman. It's funny because I was listening to your music today, and for some reason I thought of Redman.
Yeah, I love Redman.
Yeah, for real?
Big fan.
There you go.
Oh, that's actually funny. You know Redman? Like, when did you get into Redman? Because again, you're 22.
When I saw How High when I was a kid.
Wow, you must have been like fucking 7.
Yeah, I was young when I saw it, but I loved it.
Hold up, how old's your dad?
My dad is 50.
Okay,
Wow.
so he's not that young.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw. I don't even know how I ended up on it. I really liked it.
And your dad let you watch High at
My
7?
parents let me watch anything because it didn't really try to shelter things from me because I will see it anyway somewhere. So
my parents let me watch pretty much everything too, besides like hood gangster movies.
I had like chicken and
They did not want me to watch Boys in the Hood and movies like that.
Really?
Chicken and Beer was that?
The first not the first Ludacris album.
That's not the first
third,
one.
maybe?
Oh, you talking about the album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been third or fourth.
Yeah, I bought that with my own money, but the only song my dad didn't. My dad didn't spoke English. My mom didn't speak English. So, so my dad heard like, "Who let these hoes in my room?" And that's when he was like, "Yo, come on!" Like we're playing that in the car. But I was still like, dude, let me watch and listen to pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't feel that way, but that's one part in which I felt lucky. What? Like outside of Motherfucker, my mom didn't understand much of what I was listening to, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah. My
dad would understand it,
but
but
not even my mom understand it and spoke English very well. My mom is a very religious woman.
Oh man!
So everything I listened to had to be in my ears at all times.
Yeah, I got to listen to whatever the hell I wanted in that house.
Me too.
Like I remember listening to "I Got Hoes" like loud as hell in the house, and my mom wouldn't know what the
You ever seen that that video on IG that went viral? There's this lady, Nicki Minaj is playing, and then it's that Chris Brown song, I think. It has Chris Brown on it. As Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, whatever. And Nicki Minaj is doing her usual. I fuck niggas, eat my pussy thing, and the lady's like, no.
Oh, yeah. I seen a video online with that.
My mom. That's exactly what my mom would do. Exactly.
Try to shut off the radio that way?
No. Exactly. I said that shit to my sister. She was like, oh, yeah, that's mom.
So how would your mom feel watching, let's say your sister was much younger and, being a fan of like someone like Cardi B?
How my mom feel about that?
Yeah.
No.
I I'm speaking of Cardi B because obviously this week she put out her album. She had a fucking wonderful week, actually. Great week. But this week the album came out. And the album went gold on the same day, bro.
Because of the song, but I think
because of the
weird.
song.
Which song?
Because the new
song?
sale rules.
Because Bodak Yellow.
I was gonna get there. Yeah, obviously the new sale rules.
I find that so weird, but it's kind of just hard to figure it out because it's so touchy. Because back then, like you had to buy the album and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now albums sometimes you don't put them in the stores and they'll do very good and they don't reflect the sales don't reflect the success of the album. And everybody uses the streamings now, so you got to adapt to it. But you got to adapt to it. So what do we do? Do we only count the sales from? Actually, what they should do is count the sales from when the album came out or the streams when the album came out.
Yeah, but
and then go from there.
The problem also is it's kind of like they box it. Let's say you have 12 songs in the album, and there's one song that you repeatedly listen to that counts as album sales or album streams.
A certain amount, will end up counting as album streams.
It takes a lot still. Like it takes a lot.
Yeah, but it's still ridiculous. Like if I was an old school artist, like a Snoop, I would feel salty about a new school artist telling me about his platinum and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people only have to press play for your shit. People have to go to the store and buy my shit. It's different.
Most it's a little more than that. You still got to get a membership, like a monthly membership to this stuff.
Yes.
To get it. And I think it makes sense because that's how it's done now. Like it's a lot easier to carry. Like I remember having the book of CDs in the car.
Yeah,
it's kind of annoying.
CDs, by the way.
I make CDs.
I can't lie.
I make CDs and I'll listen to the same CD for a month because it has like 200 songs.
Yeah,
on
you
it
make an
of
MP3
the latest new shit.
Okay.
This nigga talking, but he would fuck with my CDs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the music's bad. That's not what I said at all.
Still doing CDs?
No.
What's messed up is me too. Like I have
y'all
Mac
niggas
with
tripping.
the CD thing on the side.
Y'all niggas tripping.
It's not bad.
I ain't got the time. I ain't got the arm power.
That was annoying though, making the CD because I was so meticulous about it. Like it would take me hours to make a CD because I only wanted the top 200 songs that I liked, which had me looking, and it would take time. But yeah, to come back to Cardi, this week that she fucking went platinum. Gold on the same day. And yes, I too thought like it sucks because it not sucks, but she has an advantage because it's because of the streams that obviously,
or at least count the streams from as soon as the album drops. Because when it doesn't make sense, because when let's say a single is platinum or gold or whatever, when the album comes out, the album's not gold right away. So why would you do that for that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy.
Just count all the streams.
I didn't
that
think it
comes
was
after.
because of Bodak Yellow though, because when you said that, I figured it was that new song because I heard that new song, the first performance on SNL, because she was also on SNL this week, and that in itself is also crazy.
That the fact that she was on SNL?
Hell yeah, bro! How many like established rappers we know that didn't get that opportunity?
It has none. I don't think it has anything to do with her.
It has to be with how hot you are.
You gotta understand, it's more than established. It's Cardi's
household name at this point.
Yeah, she's doing fashion shows. She's on Vogue magazine or whatever other fashion magazine she's on. She's on a bunch of shit. Like her brand is at a completely different level.
You like to say that fashion show thing. I don't think that's relevant at all.
How is that irrelevant?
Not to her music. It's not relevant. The fact that she's on the first row at the fashion show, who cares? Like Lil Mama has been first row on many fashion shows. Lil Mama.
Okay, that means she has some type of plug somewhere. It means something.
Musically, for your music, the relevancy of how, for them to sit you there is because you're relevant. But what does that bring to me as a fan? Musically.
But who cares about you as a fan? It's about her branding. And the more you see her, the more she becomes popular.
Yeah, it's definitely what it is. I went to a fashion show and I was thinking, the people walking the fashion show is not really what we're here for. It's for the people that are front row at the fashion show.
That's exactly it.
Dumb. But
and the clothes are horrible a lot of times. I don't like fashion shows. Only in my adult life I figured out that most of these clothes nobody wears. In the streets.
They're not making it. They're not making it to the stores.
As a kid, I thought, why would you wear that? I really thought those clothes were for people to wear, but like in Europe, eccentric people would wear that shit.
They make wearable versions of those clothes. Yeah, they're not wearable. Most of them.
I didn't know that. I only found that out later, like way later.
But I think also Cardi is like a new version of Lil Yachty, because Lil Yachty was big. Everybody spoke about him so much.
Y'all niggas did.
And then he hit.
Y'all niggas did.
And then he hit. Like
Us old niggas definitely did not.
Yeah, but everybody hated on him, and that's why it was kind of.
Yeah, he was polarizing. Nonetheless, he was definitely
Then
polarizing.
he made the Forbes list of rappers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
At 19, like,
That's
he
crazy.
hit that thing, and then
But
now
the thing about Cardi is she's people inside and outside of culture are like they what's the word I'm looking for? They
Intrigued,
they're
interested?
intrigued, they're interested in her because of her character. Like, forget music. If it wasn't music, it'd be something else, because she's too big. She's too big.
Her charisma.
Yeah, her charisma, exactly.
She has mad charisma. Like, that's why people got attracted to her when she was just in the fucking locker room posting those videos.
Yeah.
And those videos were like hilarious.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
watch them with my girl, like, and they were hilarious. But yeah, man, like her being on SNL, I thought that was humongous.
yeah, for someone that just did videos online
2 years
that's
ago,
there
like
now.
2.5 years ago, was still in the strip club.
strip
Now
club.
you're on SNL, man. that's big.
I
Like,
really, for real, that's
I
one
don't
of the
think
biggest.
Fab ever been on SNL.
Never, but
It's not the same.
Fab is
I
not
know.
that
He
big.
doesn't have the same reach. He doesn't have that reach.
I-
And that's why I was telling you the fashion show thing is a big deal. Like,
Fab is definitely on fashion shows.
Yeah, but he hasn't performed at one of those that I know of.
I'm sure he has over the
Maybe
years.
he has, but still, like, he doesn't have the reach that Cardi has, and being on the cover of Vogue or whatever other magazine, again, I can't remember what it is.
I'm trying to
is a
think of
big
other
deal.
like major artists that didn't get to
Hold on.
SNL.
You
Like,
think Fab is a major artist? Is this a thing?
Fab's not a major artist,
no.
mid-major,
Yeah, mid.
but he's extremely relevant. You can't deny that.
Lil So's way.
Yeah,
No,
you
yeah,
can't-
there was
This
moments-
this is weird. Like, this
Fab
is two
is like-
complete contrast, bro.
the
listen.
soul tapes and stuff. Like,
Bro,
it's,
bro.
it's
Well, those are
okay.
mixtapes, but
Yeah.
tell
Bro.
me.
Hold on.
That one single, like
No, you're
Aside
bugging.
from Drake,
You're
right
bugging.
now, there's not a lot of guys that are gonna last 20 years in the game
True.
and be relevant.
that's very true. Like Fab, I don't know how Fab is, because I feel like there's a gap of time that just disappeared and then he came back.
There was.
There was.
But also, there's a lot of rappers that don't make it past like that long because they were legend when they were doing it, and now we still care about them, like Joe Santana and like Jim Jones. And shit. They still around, and you still like kind of like, hey man.
No, they're living off the past though.
They are,
They're not,
and
they're
I
not
still
Fab.
fuck
They're
with it for
little-
some reason.
they're-
I
they're-
still fuck with it.
Yeah.
More them two than Cam for some reason for me. I guess that more Jimmy. Like Joel's is cool, but more Jimmy. Jimmy is just his charisma again is so strong that you still care for Jimmy even though he hasn't
Yeah.
done shit in like 10 years.
But then again, Jimmy tries to stay relevant with
a lot of
reality
other
TV
things, yeah, a
and-
lot of other things.
and the clothing line and stuff. Like, a lot of those guys aren't staying relevant.
You're very right, and he's always in your face. He's always trying to stay. In
By the
your
way,
face.
this is my first time doing this shit. This is some real young nigga shit I'm doing right now.
live
So,
stream?
live stream.
Well, I did a live stream once, and I was like, I know that nobody's gonna stay. I have to do something crazy. So there was a girl that was with me. He's like, hey, everybody, look, she's pretty. And then people really came and were looking because she was just there and she was pretty. And I was now that showed me a lot about how marketing works.
Yeah, sex sells.
Yeah, it's great. It's stupid.
It is definitely.
It's so dumb. Like Cardi, I think that's also part of what it
Yeah.
was when it first started. The first video I saw of her was her saying like, "It's cold outside, but I'm still looking like a thotty because a hoe never gets colder." And I thought that was so hilarious. And I think everybody thought that was funny and her being a stripper, her being naked, it was all of that. And
But-
you know, and the worst thing about how the world is now is like when you're popular on the internet and you want to keep it, you start rapping all the time. I don't get that. That's so annoying.
Where it should be back the other way around.
I feel if you want to rap, then do it. But like a lot of people is kind of like, I'm popular now. All right, let me drop a song.
But that's not them. That's and there's a label that actually
That's social
thrives.
media.
No, it's Atlantic thrives on that. They find people that are
But
popular.
I was gonna say
and then
before-
they make them rap because they know like they threw them a 360 deal at them, and you're selling merch, you're selling shows, you're selling music, and that comes right back to you.
In some way, it's kind of a mockery on the industry, on the rap industry in some ways. Because think about it, before like the Catch Me Outside chick or like
Cardi.
even Cardi, or there were other people like Cardi that tried that didn't quite make it, like didn't quite do it. Like Love and Hip Hop had a whole bunch of them that
they've
didn't
been
catch.
trying since day
You know what I
one.
mean? But like The two retarded guys. I
bruh.
forgot their names, but there were two different retarded. One that said I got hoes.
Good morning to you.
And
The birds.
Like these two, like they tried to get them to get some like a small hit.
Them niggas made some money. They wouldn't have made that money elsewhere.
Think about it. Even 15 years ago, I'm the best. I did it.
Yeah.
They tried with him too. Like
Did they?
They did. They really did. Like he had like gigs and shows and shit. Obviously, the internet was not as strong, so it didn't have the same impact. You probably don't know what the hell we talking about again.
I have no idea.
If I show you, you'd be like, oh, that guy.
But yeah, they tried that shit, and now they're gonna keep doing it. And like, I bring in Love and Hip Hop because Cardi is from there, and I also watch the show. I watch it shameless. Like it's a show that I'm somewhat ashamed to watch, but I still fucking watch it.
watching
And
guilty
you're-
pleasure.
Your girl
A guilty
watches it.
pleasure.
You're
Yeah,
like,
it's a
what the hell
guilty-
you watching? You sit down. You're
Yo,
like,
every time I
I used
watch
to
it,
say, I'm gonna get on my bitch nigga shit and watch
Every
that
time
shit.
every time I watch it, my girl is complaining like, "Why do you watch this?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I watch it."
my sister loves that show. I don't get why this
But
is
now
so stupid.
I'm starting to cut some off. Like New York, that I'm done with New York. Like I only fuck with.
So you go to
ATL.
Miami now?
Yeah, I fuck with. No, Miami I didn't even watch. I watched the first episode. I'm like, all right, this shit trash. Now I'm cutting off. Like ATL though, that's that heat. ATL is that heat, bro.
I don't even watch that shit. I remember watching Bad Girls Club before.
I didn't ever watch that.
Bad Girls Club is horrible. It's just a bunch of baddies doing dumb shit in the house. It's great because they don't have no reason to do it. There's no prize at the end. They're just saying, "I'm a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch."
Yeah,
And
I know.
it's really that's what I like. It. That's kind of why I like Lil Pump. He's not lying. He's exactly the thing you see. Oh, sorry.
No, I almost fell.
He's exactly what you think, and he's not lying. He's not like Lil Uzi. I'm a deep emotional guy, but I make trap music. Shut up, man. like Lil Pump is exactly what it is, and Love and Hip Hop, that's exactly what they're doing. It's Lil Scrappy doing messed up shit all the time.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Scrappy he wasn't a bad rapper. He wasn't bad at all.
He wasn't bad.
And even
15
with Love and
years
Hip Hop, he still can't get back to what he was.
It's crazy.
But
But there's a lot of rappers like that. Young Jock.
Yo, Young Jock could actually rap.
I think Young Jock went platinum a couple of times. Well, maybe the first time, not the second time.
It's going down. That's Young Jock.
Yeah.
When I say can actually rap, I mean like, you know.
Who else was on Love and Hip Hop
that
that had a decent moment? I forgot. There's been a few
in Love and Hip Hop that had a decent moment?
that had like, you know, that were
Stevie J was a fucking crazy producer.
but think about it. In 96, right?
Yeah.
Even if you were an adult, would you have known a Stevie J back then? Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like he was a producer. Producers were very much in the background back then. Not so
Yeah,
much
but he was
like outside of Timberland.
He's one of Diddy's producers, and he's produced some of the biggest tracks.
I know he
even
did.
Outside of, he was a Mariah Carey producer.
Yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is he didn't. There was no face to the name
Yeah, 'cause-
really back
yeah, 'cause
then.
it wasn't like today where
Maybe
everybody
Timberland
has their
and
own
Dre
Instagram.
were probably the top hip hop producers that you saw him and you're like, that's him.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then again,
Even Pharrell wasn't that big yet at that. Like I'm talking 95, 96.
because Pharrell wasn't around 95.
Yeah, he had
96.
produced some stuff. Nori was like 98, 99, but he had another big song. I forgot. I'll tell you. Yo, it's a big hit. I only learned that a few weeks ago that he was part of that song.
Google
Damn,
is
it wasn't with Rico Love. Rico Love is from Virginia, right?
Who the hell is Rico?
I'm
Love?
about to ask him the same thing.
You don't know who Rico Love is? He's a producer and not Rico Love. That's not the guy I'm mentioning. It's the guy that was producing for Michael Jackson.
Quincy Jones.
No, he's a young producer. I forgot his name. I forgot. But
a lot of
the guy that did the Blackstreet stuff.
Teddy Riley?
Yeah, Teddy Riley.
Nigga
My
said
bad.
Rico Love. What
Nigga,
the fuck?
I mixed them up. But yeah, with Teddy Riley, he did a big hit like way before Nori. A song that you know.
But even if you had one,
You're right.
hit,
He wasn't like hot. One song is not enough.
once that Nori track came, everybody knew who Pharrell was.
Again, you're saying everybody, but
Everybody. Once the Nori track dropped, Lito, we're not gonna argue this.
No.
Once the Nori joint dropped, he was a star.
I wouldn't say that. So
He
not
was
yet.
on the track.
Yes, but he was
what song is it?
Super Thug. What?
I need to hear it. I probably know it.
God damn,
Nah,
he's
you know it.
22,
I need to hear it.
dog.
You know it.
I probably know it.
You
But
know it. for
also
sure.
because back then, like a lot of these guys that were around didn't have the star power to push them. Like it was some of the stars, some not. First of all,
You're
stars
talking about
were
an
made.
album, a platinum album.
No, I mean like a lot of the because it's not just the music that blew up people back then.
You're
it was
right.
the same thing, but a lot of guys didn't have the like.
Well, actually, more so. It's today that it's not so much the music.
It's kind of what it seems like, but Britney Spears wasn't selling all that stuff just because she was good. She wasn't
No.
good.
No.
She wasn't good. But like they put all the money and they manufactured it and they had the radio behind it, and all that stuff that actually made that big.
Yeah, Christina Aguilera was actually a better singer than Britney, but Britney was bigger than her.
Yeah, but also you think about like they couldn't really do that with rappers because you had to have the hard image, and a lot of guys in your entourage were doing crazy shit. Like you couldn't really do it.
That's
Like
why guys like DMX are
Exactly.
superstars because they actually crossed over. They found a way to cross over.
yeah, but then he almost died.
Yeah, that's on
multiple
his-
times.
that's on his
DMX
own
was
shit.
bigger than Jay-Z.
DMX had
Yeah.
2 platinum albums the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But then
Yeah,
that's
I remember.
insane.
I remember going downtown because we talked about you had to go to the store. Like I remember '98 going downtown with my friend to get that second DMX album.
But see, he had the star power. He was a good actor too. He had the look. Everything of it was working. But some artists from back then, it was just so dumb that they even gave him record deals. Like Lil Flip. Why would you give Lil
Nope,
Flip
wrong.
a record deal?
Lil Flip didn't have a record deal.
Oh, you
He
didn't?
was independent. That was
Okay.
his whole thing.
That's
Oh, wow.
another song that's another artist that we used to listen to a lot of when we first met.
was-
Like
he was
the
even
way we
good,
bought.
man.
This is the way we bought.
Yeah,
That used to be our
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
But
Lil Flip was
the
bad.
thing is, Lil Flip is bad. Like, what's the name? Lil Pump is bad. That's the same type of bad.
I don't know.
You know, it's not. What? It is.
Because he was Lil Flip was kind of just like a copy because he did like some
Lil
of those
Flip could
songs-
actually freestyle.
Yeah, but
I'm
he-
not sure Lil Pump could do that.
Yeah, but like it's not even about that. It's about like Lil Flip was like he had the song
I remember Game Over. This is the way we ball, and a few
You're
others.
talking about
What's that song?
Was it
Ooh, babe, Sunshine.
Baby
I can-
Girl?
Is it Sunshine?
Sunshine. That's what
Yeah,
it's called.
Yeah.
Sunshine. Yeah, Sunshine, which is basically the like, okay, we're gonna have you rap and then a good beat and then the girl singing. On
Yeah,
the
That's
the,
true.
the girl song. Back
Yeah.
in the day, that was
And
the
then he
formula.
did-
You had
he
to have
did
a girl
Game Over- He
song.
did Game Over
Yeah.
song that sounded kind of like a Pharrell beat, but not a Pharrell beat.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
then he did. Like, he was not really himself. He was just kind of copying, doing things over and over again. He was-
Well, I think those Game Over and This Is the Way We Ball were good songs.
Really-
Well, good songs. Were hot songs. Game Over was big.
yeah.
In the
Again,
club,
like I
Game Over
said-
was huge in the
Like
club.
I said, Game Over is his version of Lil Pump.
I really don't.
And then he started beefing with T.I. and game was over.
I really don't like Lil Flip, man. I really don't like Lil Flip. I don't like anything about Lil Flip.
What is it about Lil Flip?
I don't know, man.
That was super random though.
I don't know why he brought up
Lil
Lil
Flip.
Flip.
I don't like Lil Flip.
I don't know where the fuck that came from. He said Lil Flip.
Oh man, just like usually like from that like especially around that time like early 2000, I love like a lot of music, but I like
Like
Sunshine.
when Lil Flip was hot, this nigga was like 8.
I didn't remember. I was listening to it. The first album I ever got was Unleash the Dragon by Cisco, and I
Whoa.
still have it till this day.
I remember the first time I heard that shit. And I heard the Unleash the Dragon song before the thong song because it was because I like low key. I like that album. That one was pretty good.
What's what you said, low key? When I was a kid,
Truth is coming out today.
yo, when I was a kid, everybody made fun of me. They're like, "Oh no, we're not gonna play your Cisco," because I like Cisco, and I was like, "What's wrong with liking Cisco?"
I don't know what the fuck's going on in the FML
Yo,
podcast.
shout out to
today.
Jimmy Craig. Jimmy Craig had that album, and we used to listen to that shit all the time.
I'm such a big Cisco fan.
Cisco
All my
fans, bro.
All
What
my
the
cousins were like,
Y'all didn't even say Drew Hill. Y'all
Nah,
said
that
Cisco.
Cisco, that Cisco album was fire, dog.
My cousins were like, "What is your problem with liking Cisco like that? You gotta like that." hard." See, that was the problem back then.
Okay.
That Cisco album was fire, dog. But I actually,
Yo,
yeah,
Thong Song
Thong
was
Song
fire.
was fire.
Unleash the Dragon was fire. Dance with Me was fire. All these songs were really great. Like,
Dance with me. I don't remember that song.
I don't remember Dance With Me.
there's a
He
video for
knows
it.
the actual song.
I was a fan of Cisco, man.
Yo, Cisco, you guys know Cisco had a video that that dropped, like $1 million video that dropped, and
And then they banned it.
they banned it.
The
like,
remix
because
of Thong Song, right?
No, it was a video with a dragon in it.
Well,
I think it was probably Unleashed.
I think it was the remix to Thong Song
think
with
it was,
Foxy
yeah.
Brown.
Yeah, those
No. There was a dragon in the video.
Okay, I like.
A dragon or a dinosaur, some bullshit. I think it was for what's the name of that big dinosaur movie or that big dragon movie?
Jurassic Park.
No. It's not King Kong, but it's a reptile. It's the same thing as King Kong, but it's a reptile.
T-Rex. I don't know.
Godzilla.
Oh, possibly. But yo, to come back to Cardi, like during the second performance, she finally revealed that she's pregnant.
So whack.
I somewhat feel the same way you
Oh
do
my
there
God.
because like for weeks my girl had been like, "Oh, Cardi is so pregnant," and I was like, "Who the fuck cares? I don't give a damn." And like, "Oh, she's so pregnant," and obviously the rumor is starting getting stronger and stronger, and eventually she let the belly out last weekend, Saturday, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, congratulations!" Which is
shit is getting
which is right. Congratulations to you, Cardi. But I'm more looking forward like to the growth. I want to see what growth this baby is gonna bring. Are you still gonna make videos saying, I don't want to get my teeth fixed, or I want to get my teeth fixed so I can suck dick better? Like, are you gonna keep making videos?
Here we go.
She made those videos. Those were actually Instagram posts.
But I think it's so
I forgot what it was, like, or I took off my tonsils so I could suck dick. It was something so I could suck dick better.
Yo, all this shit is so dumb. What you do now is like you make videos on the internet. You're like, okay, I'm popular. All right, let's go. I'm gonna start rapping. And then when you start rapping, you end up dating another celebrity. And after the celebrity, you get pregnant. And then
I usually feel that way. But for her, I'll give her credit because it was actually genuine when it
Hell
comes.
no.
With her post on Instagram, like she didn't think she'd be here.
No,
she thought she'd still be in the strip club, but she was entertaining for the moment.
Yeah.
That's what she figured. But that moment, we're still in that moment.
The pregnancy thing, I think, is so stupid.
Well, the pregnancy is like when you're popular, right?
Let's have a baby. At the time that you can't take care of it.
You get with a rapper. You get with a rapper and y'all fuck without protections, and eventually, you have a baby that
said, "Let's have a baby."
at the time that you
care of it.
you're not really fucking available to do it so much. Like,
Let's have it because it's more of a good news to do. Then she was popping on Instagram, and I think that's so bad. That's what I don't like about some of this. People that really get out of their character just for a good portion of just some plays or some likes or some clicks.
what didn't you like exactly? I don't get it.
A pregnancy is kind of like it's a life that you're bringing into this world, but now I get it. As you're gonna be pregnant anyways.
She's gonna be pregnant. People are gonna see, so it might as well.
Use it. But it's.
I think it's terrible timing. Actually,
Exactly. I think it's
The album
terrible.
drops. The album drops since she's pregnant.
Why? Because she's going to go on tour after that.
Well, is she? Because now you're pregnant. It seems like it's not like she's like 2 months pregnant. It seems like she's like at least 4 months.
Look,
she's 6 months pregnant, bro.
So, bruh, like, can you go to tour? I don't know about all that.
Look, Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner did the same dumb shit. They always do that. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna hide the thing and then make a reveal." Shut up with your reveal. Like, it's so. I hate that shit so much.
I
man.
do too. I don't give a damn, but I don't give a damn about your pregnancy. It's beautiful that you're bringing a life into this world. I'd be very like a big hypocrite thinking because almost every week we talk about our kids like on the episodes. But what I'm saying is, it almost feels planned the way you're saying sometimes. Like, I get popular, I meet with a rapper, we start fucking without a condom, and chances are I'll be pregnant and I'll be on the blogs for a few years. Like,
Cardi did it, Kylie Jenner did it.
The whole family. That's what they do.
The Kardashians do it. It's so annoying. And also, I kind of want to know: Did you guys do? You both have kids, right?
Yeah.
Did you do a baby reveal?
Nope.
I did
Yep.
a reveal party, and my parents, my mom especially, felt the same way you're probably about to say,
What's the
right?
point of that?
At first, I would never done that, right? But when my girl suggested it, I was like, oh, it would be cool to do. And when I presented the idea, some of my friends and my family felt the same way. Like, why am I gonna come to your house, wait for you to tell me the sex? Like, if you know the sex, tell me.
Yeah.
So at that time, I didn't know the sex. And let's say we had the reveal on the Saturday, we went on the Wednesday to do the ultrasound.
Okay.
And what we asked it for the doctor to put the sex in an envelope and not tell us. So between Wednesday and Saturday, they all thought that I was lying, saying I know the sex and I'm hiding it from them. And when we did it that Saturday, we did it in the balloon, like you saw on the Instagram post.
What the fuck?
Actually, but funny enough, I didn't get that idea from there. After that, I started noticing that people do that. I wasn't aware. Like, I would have never done that.
Some of this.
The suggestion came from some. Yeah, exactly.
Real niggas don't do reveals.
Yo, look, this.
But you see this nigga stalking, but they were at my house. They were all.
And they're
giving
all
me
I'm
a-
not gonna show up.
That's not what I'm saying.
This is real stuff about 30-year-old man.
Yo,
Like
what
you
the
think it's dumb, but I gotta go still.
No, what I'm
That
saying
makes
is,
sense, though. That
what I'm
makes
saying is they were
You
there,
better not have a second
and
kid,
they were
bro.
excited, like waiting
Yeah.
for that balloon to
Look,
pop. So
we
they-
weren't excited. We were excited to see you. Your reaction if it was a girl. That was funny.
Look,
we didn't care.
I don't.
Boy or girl?
I don't want to have like kids yet. I'm not ready for that. But I can't wait for my friends to have kids just to go to this stuff, man. I'm like, yo, that's so stupid. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take care of that kid, buy him shoes all the time. I'm ready for this stuff.
They used to make fun of me too because they had kids before me, and what I would bring is shoes. I would buy, and they would, we could count on Lito to bring the shoes. I would always get shoes.
This type of stuff that kind of seems fun, you know, like when you turn like around like 30, mid 30s, all your friends are having kids. You bring your kids to stuff, you sit in the back, you know, away from like just having a kid.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
listen, you're a man. All you gotta do is wait till you're like 45, you ain't got shit to do, and then you grab a 25-year-old baddie.
oh no, hold up,
And
okay.
then you have kids.
Finish. Whoa, hold. Is that really a thing?
That's the thing, though.
Oh my God, no.
You like Diddy did, bro.
But I would never want. If I'm like 40, why would I want to be with a young chick?
Trust me.
Why?
You'll understand.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
No,
man.
but I'm not. Okay, in all seriousness, you don't want to be with a young chick.
Yeah,
But being with
Do
a
it
young
like
chick,
Nas.
Huh?
isn't it like
Exactly.
just having? Like,
That's what
fucking a
Nas
young-
is doing right now.
Like
fucking
like
a young
Diddy,
chick
like-
is fun.
but
No,
Nas
what
is
it
fighting with his old baby mama and
they're doing
trying to impregnate Nicki.
They're doing it after they're pretty much done.
That's so weird. I have so many questions for like around 30. Like,
Speaking of Nicki, did you guys get fooled as well by Safari? Well, I thought I was getting fooled on like April Fool's Day when he went on Angie Martinez and said like, "Yo, I just got robbed a few hours ago," and shit. Like in our group, we all thought he was
joking?
fucking around. And eventually we realized that nigga really got robbed, gunpoint and everything.
Safari got to stop taking all these L's, man.
Well, actually, funny enough, that L, he's not getting killed for that L. Like people are,
well, because he's
it's
taken so
serious,
many
right?
so
before.
many. It's another L.
He got his ass whooped on camera. Getting robbed isn't like
He got dumped.
Got
by
his
Nicki.
ass whooped.
he got done by Nicki.
Nicki was like all up on Drake on stage. This guy's in the back, like kind of just. You know, watching the whole thing. Nicki dumps him. He looks stupid.
He looked stupid then, but since then, I feel like from that moment, because he did look stupid at first.
He still looks stupid.
And was doing interviews, which I would have never done. Like after they broke up, like going on interviews to talk about it. You were never talking before. Why are you talking now? We didn't even know who you were in the
I
background.
don't get it.
And then the
Now
video of him
his-
grinding comes
Now there's
out.
no more income, so he has to figure it out.
Exactly.
That's pretty
And
much reality TV that he's doing.
what I was gonna say is that from that moment, after those interviews, he got into the limelight a little bit, and now I feel like the girls somewhat appreciate his corniness.
Look, I think that's so stupid. If like you're not a star and at that time and you've been around show business and you know what's popping and it's not working for you, go back to school, understand marketing or management, and stay in the back and buy
if there's one
property.
thing
I
he
thought you were gonna
does,
say go back to school and become a nurse.
No, but like kind of just like now you have a lot more resources. Find your way to make bread and behind the scene. Hire writers. Do the Gigi Khaled. There's so many other stuff.
What-
Start
to
a
be-
marketing company. What are you doing?
to be
still?
honest with you, I don't think he's doing too bad.
Yeah, but why is he in the limelight still? Why are you still talking?
Because
What do you mean
obviously
you
he's
don't
on
think he's doing
TV.
too bad?
Because after the
Do you take him
breakup,
seriously?
no, I don't take him seriously. But what I'm saying is that he's still more relevant than I thought he would be after that breakup.
Yeah, but being relevant to what? At what cost?
Yeah, man.
But that's what I'm saying. At what cost? Like people with all the corny stuff that he does, you would think that people would be killing him a bit more. But the girls somewhat like
Yeah, because he
a
showed
Safari.
his dick.
But why is he
I'm,
even
I'm not
there?
the only talking about that. Like way before that, like the girls like Safari. I'm not talking about the dick pic. The girls don't hate Safari at all.
But not even that. Why doesn't he just invest in properties and stop rapping? Like I don't rappers that do it forever. Just stop, man.
Are you Jamaican?
No,
You're
Haitian.
not?
I'm Haitian.
Oh, you are? I
Yeah.
didn't even know.
Yeah, it's just like at a certain point, like the
So when you
limelight-
said the parent that didn't speak English, that was the Haitian parent, right?
yeah.
I figured.
it's kind of like, why are these guys still out there? You know the guy from Pretty Ricky? He started a social media page called Grumpy Cat. Okay, it's a meme page almost. He started that.
Okay.
And he's selling running ads for like social media ads, and it's making money off of that, or whatever it is. Just start a juice company. Do the product like who?
Start a juice company.
Styles P. Sure. Start something like that. Why are you still rapping, man? Like,
well, it's not even still because we don't feel like he really started because he never got anything like
No,
jumping.
but what he's saying is true. Like, it's just like athletes that don't know when to retire. At some point, you just gotta be like, yo,
retire, start a camp. Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
something nice, man.
do
Like,
something else because you're, like I said, to what cost do you want to be in the limelight? Like, he looks like an idiot every time he's in front of every single time he's in front of the camera. He looks stupid.
Yeah, well, I think he plays on the corniness. I think he's doing it on purpose, and it's somewhat working. It's somewhat working for him because through all the corniness, you would think that people would dismiss him more than they do, and they don't. Yeah. So they don't dismiss him so much.
Who doesn't dismiss him?
Like he's still rapping. Obviously, you think
he's rapping.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is people somewhat check for his music.
Who?
Because they'll put him on they'll give him a platform by putting him on Breakfast Club. Like that song, whatever song that was playing.
That song would have been a banger if it wasn't him.
I was gonna say the song is not horrible. It wasn't horrible.
Okay, but it's not. He's not. He can't get no love out here. So what's the point?
But he's not getting that much hate neither. That's my point. That's what I'm
not
saying.
True.
People really care about Safari.
Nobody gives people care about him. But what I'm saying is, he's so corny that people should just like dismiss him completely, and they don't.
I think for real, I'm surprised. I don't even know who these people are, and I don't want to be friends with them. Because imagine like if you're yo, check this new Safari song. I'm leaving the car. Bro. I don't know why someone.
What you're saying is somewhat inaccurate. Like people are dismissing him. That's why you don't hear anything from it. Like they're just not checking for him. So it's not like they're not making fun of him. You see what I'm saying? Like there's nobody cares about
making fun of.
Nobody cares. Like Safari is nobody's favorite artist.
But idiot.
People also they don't always laugh at him. Sometimes they laugh with him.
Not really. I don't know. Maybe if they do, for real, like there's always the weird people like that on the internet, man. The people that watch that stuff, the people that care about Nicki, the people that like not Nicki. I mean Kylie and all that stuff. Like there's fan page, and that's what scares me about the internet. Some of the stuff that's out there that people care about. Like we can say that for a lot of stuff. This is crazy because if you don't like it. Close the page and just walk away. And then they'll make some like Tommy Lauren. They make Tommy Lauren like popular because they make her popping because of that. And people that's kind of I'm scared of that.
He's 22 and he's disappointed in the world. That's fucking crazy.
But so like
because at 22 we didn't think about that. We were still into like trying to get some money, music, girls, cars.
But I think their generation is completely different. Whereas this whole entrepreneurship lifestyle is pushed a lot more than it was when we were young.
Yeah, and
social media and the internet was still kind of new when we were your age.
Yeah, but it's still like I know that the social media and all that stuff is like out there, but I kind of like have. The way I'd rather do things is the way that it was done before. Like you're around in the street, like you're like selling your mixtape almost. You're trying. People know your face from being from the hard work, not just posting your ass like on the internet. It's like that's kind of what I like. I know the internet helps a lot, but also like I'm still with the mentality of the New York guy in Times Square telling you to buy his album.
While you speaking about that, tell the people where they could find your music. Actually,
yeah, on blowfoam.com. Like everything is there.
On blowfoam.com.
Yeah, blowfoam.com.
All right, .com.
BLOWFOAM like
and on social media, give him your handles.
Oh yeah, Maky Lavender on everything.
On everything.
Yeah, MAKY Lavender.
Your music right now it's on. I'm assuming you have a lot of music on SoundCloud.
It's on everything. It's like on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer. Tidal too. Yeah, we hit there.
Where do you get the where do you get the most following?
Instagram and SoundCloud and Spotify work.
Have you gotten to perform some of your music?
Yeah. I did like a
bunch of shows.
Yeah, I did a few shows. I did like 2 headline shows.
That's great. You paid gigs?
Yeah, but so when I see I did pay gigs like before, but headlining and going there and getting the place. Okay. Getting the place. I said okay, like it was my shit too. Yeah, going there and like going to the venue, like fuck the promoter. Going to the venue, being I want that for that day, that night, and then boom, giving them that money and getting my own people to work the door, working the tickets and all that stuff, and everything comes back to me. Well, not to me, but like us.
I'm asking that because a lot of rappers, they're still rapping and try to make mixtapes and post them online. Like you could get paid gigs, even if it's like $100. But
it's about not only about making the music. It's kind of like what is interesting about the whole thing because now it's easy to make music.
Yeah.
So everybody's making music. But if you're like your whole like, because I'm a Sprite. Like the Sprite is, if the Sprite was in the ugly bottle, you wouldn't drink it or you wouldn't buy it. It doesn't matter if it tastes good or not.
Yeah.
And you got to kind of know that you're a product more than anything.
And that's where alcohol companies make their money. Most of the fucking marketing is in the fucking design of that bottle.
Of course, the Rock bottle is sexy. NSC bottle is
That
nice.
tastes good though.
Great Goose bottle is sexy, I
The
find.
thing is, the way you present everything reminds me of C's. Obviously, C's.
Yeah.
C's introduced us. Like, there's more than just the music. There's a whole ecosystem around the music, and I guess that helps to sell the music, sell the image, right?
Yeah, but also I do that while doing something like not music. I don't do the obvious like type of beats and the obvious type of music you would expect.
Yeah.
So kind of I don't have a choice but to be out there and try to do everything and work and. Because like I said, I fail at a lot of things. So I'm kind of used to like, okay, I'm gonna try this. If it doesn't work, well, it's another failure, whatever. Fuck it. I continue.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like my life. So
What should we look forward to coming? What else do you got coming up next?
I have a song coming soon. Like that's what the app was for at first. And then it became this own thing. So maybe
You can't drop the song because nobody's getting to 420,000.
Yo, it was gonna come out anyways, but it's 420,000 because that's the date the song's coming out.
420.
That's dope, man. We'll be looking out for your stuff. Obviously, this is also the end of the episode 76, Lifers. Obviously, you can always find, like usual, our episodes on the usual links like SoundCloud, like him, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, Anchor as well, and on YouTube. As usual, comment on his stuff. Go check out his stuff. Let him know what you feel about his music.
Fuck that nigga. Comment on our shit.
Oh, quick thing. See about that? People saying stuff. I was with these strippers, right? Recently.
You should have said that like 30 minutes ago, man. People would be more interested. No, I'm just kidding.
But I don't mind because you said like leave comments. I don't mind. Like the stripper girl, they don't like that. Stripper girls like any mod K bands, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's very true.
Stuff. And she were watching my stuff and they're like, this is not good. They didn't like it. They're like, it's not
yeah,
good.
because you're not a baller. Because you don't look like a baller.
It's like, and I was okay with it.
No,
It's
I know some stripper chick that would like it. I'll introduce you.
She's like, I don't like it. And I was like, okay, it's cool. Like, I understand. Like, this is not for you. But continue to tell me why you don't like it. I don't mind. It's interesting.
So until Freddie introduces him to some strippers, see y'all next week.
Hipster strippers.
Peace out.
The hipster.